And Knight will send Buller to the sidelines. 1st and 10, Portage Central. Ball across the 10, near the 15. And they'll give it inside to the second man through, and not much running room. Bates again on the stop.
Maybe just a safe call to make sure Dan's okay, that his legs are okay. That's Dan Knight. Get a handoff in there, get the ball up a little bit. He did end up gaining a few yards on the play. And now he can shake it off. Maybe he can come back with a regular offense.
Anthony Evans, John, also went on that last stop. They gave him 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6, and that'll be the last play of the third quarter. So the Mustangs moving the ball up and down the field, John, but not able to increase their lead. The third quarter ends with Portage Central holding a 13-0 advantage.
Can't quite get it over that yellow line. They're doing everything but scoring, I think, Joe. They're controlling the football most of the time. The defense is just playing excellently. They're not allowing the Tigers from Benton Harbor to do anything exceptional. The only time that they moved the ball anywhere, of course, was on that blocked field goal attempt.
Well, Benton Harbor had that good first drive, too, to start the second half, where they started on their own 30 and went to the Mustang 30 before some mistakes and incomplete passes pushed them back and stopped the drive. But a credit, I think, more than anything else to the Mustang defense.
Boy, they tighten up when they have to. You're absolutely right, Joe. They did have that momentum going, the Tigers, that is, for a little while. But the defense stymied them when they needed to. Got the ball back, and then, of course, Portage Central controlled the ball from there.
So to start the fourth quarter, it'll be Mustang football just shy of their own 20. 2nd and 4, they lead by 13. Trying to improve their record to 4-2 overall. And trying to go 3-2 in conference play. Double tight end formation for the Mustangs. They pitch to Springman, wide side of the field. He tries to get the corner, does, and has the first down.
Excellent move and another great run, great blocking out there. We do have a flag back somewhere along the line of scrimmage shortly after Shane Springman took the pitch. Again, sometimes we look for, or a lot of times we look for a hold in a situation like that, Joe.
Now the official's going to call holding. You're good. 3 for 3. Spoils a nice run by Shane Springman, as you could see what the quick acceleration does. It didn't look like there was much of a hole over there, but no substitute for speed. And once he got to the corner and turned upfield, he had a nice run.
Boy, Springman's the kind of back that once he gets to the outside, he turns it and goes what they usually call north and south. In this case, it's true with our football field. But he doesn't run all the way to the sidelines or try to run around people. When he finds a seam, he turns it up and puts on the burners and gets upfield for that good yardage, and that's a sign of an excellent back. And being only a junior, he's got a lot of football to play here.
Well, he's going to come out here and let Steve Pewitt carry the football for a while. But also talking about Springman, it looks like when he sees the hole, he doesn't have to cut by changing speeds. He can cut at full speed.
Boy, and that's a mark of an excellent back, Joe. You're right. You mentioned now that Steve Pewitt comes in. Of course, Steve's got that same type of a running ability, and you don't lose anything when you shuffle Shane and Steve back and forth.
Mustangs push back 10 yards, still have it first down. Knight will come the other way, keep it, and pitch to Pewitt, and he can't get it. This could be a Benton Harbor touchdown. Touchdown, Tigers.
That situation there, Joe, where the pitch went back off of Pewitt's shoulder. It wasn't very close to him at all. It looked like Dan either was getting too much pressure or he just pitched.
They'll check him out and make sure he's all right. There's our third quarter stats that were up kind of quickly. We'll get them back for you when we get the opportunity. Benton Harbor's going to go for 2 if we can get back to live action. And here they come. Whitehead on the keep. Cuts inside, and he's got it. A nice cutback by Corey Whitehead, and we've got ourselves a football game.
Well, we certainly do, Joe. We all of a sudden go from a comfortable 13-0 lead where you're controlling the football, you're moving it all over the field, as we mentioned in that third quarter, to now a touchdown puts Benton Harbor ahead, not just ties them up. So we're talking about something where the Mustangs are going to need to move the football. They're going to need to control it quite well. In fact, they should put it in the end zone to make sure they take away any of the pressure.
That's right. They got to put it in the end zone, get some points on the board. If you looked at this game on paper, you saw a Benton Harbor team that was 1-4, They'd given up 77 points and only scored 54. Mustangs 3-2 had only scored 72 points, but had only given up 34. That's the lowest total in the Big 8. But the turnover turns this game around, and Portage Central now, their lead cut to 5.
Well, we haven't seen Benton Harbor kick off since the first play of the ball game. We'll see what they do here and see where the Mustangs get it in terms of field position.
Well, you can see the Mustangs dominating the game statistically, 236 yards in rushing yardage, but again, the turnover coming into play. 2 turnovers, and the last one the most critical.
Boy, that certainly was a big one. You're exactly right, Joe.
And the kick will be down along the ground. The Mustangs let it go by, and Stacy Young picks it up on his own 30, and he'll get to the 35 before he's tripped up.
Mustangs have all sure-handed people from that front line back, or at least the people behind the front line, and Stacy picks it up and alertly gets it to the middle of the field where the wedge is supposed to be, and gains about 4 or 5 yards on that before, plus he has it in the middle of the field where the Mustangs can go either right or left.
Good field position for Portage Central as we start the fourth quarter, about 11 minutes, 40 seconds to play. 13-8 is our score. Williams is one back. Martin is split wide right. Knight the quarterback. And the blitz being shown, and here comes the blitz, but Marty Williams has it, and he'll drive close to the 40 before he is ridden down. Roosevelt Bates over there helping out on the tackle. I would think, John, that with Benton Harbor packing everybody in so close to the line of scrimmage that perhaps Knight will want to throw the ball deep and loosen things up.
You may want to do that again, thinking conservative when you're only ahead by 6 points at this point, or 5 points, that you want to kind of keep it on the ground and maybe gain 4 or 5 yards at a crack like they're doing right now, like they did on the last play.
2nd down and 6. Knight on the pitch. Not a whole lot of running room for Kurt Johnson, and in fact he will lose back to the original line of scrimmage.
That looked like a predetermined pitch. Dan made that fake inside and pitched right away to Kurt Johnson rather than come down the line and read. They may have thought they saw something, like you mentioned, the Tigers being all pinched inside, but they certainly weren't faked out on that one.
No, Kevin Pollins came up to make the stop from his right cornerback position. Left cornerback position.
Now they're definitely in a throwing situation, or what you'd think was a throwing situation if you want to continue this drive, which I'm sure the Mustangs want desperately.
3rd and a long 9 for Dan Knight and the Mustangs, and we may have a delay of game penalty. And there it is. That'll back them up 5 more. Quarterback has got to get the team up to the line of scrimmage and get that play called.
Boy, that's certainly critical in a situation like this. Now you're back 15 yards. The shorter pass, the curl patterns, the pop passes are really not there unless, of course, you catch the ball and then run with the ball afterwards. It changes the whole perspective of that 3rd down play.
Big play for the Mustangs as momentum is shifting against them. Dan Knight will pitch it back, and we've got a quick kick and a good one. Hewitt with a beautiful quick kick, ball rolling down inside the 25, close to the 20. So the Mustangs execute the quick kick to perfection and get out of the hole.
Well, that's Coach Knight's forte, I think, is to, in a situation like that, to figure the best thing to do is to put the Benton Harbor Tigers as deep in their own territory as you can. Count on his defense, which hasn't let them down, of course, all night long, to be able to stop them there, and maybe in the change of possession they can gain 15 to 30 yards.
Oh, yeah, you got to make Benton Harbor go the length of the field to take the lead, and they'll have to go 80 yards if they want to score a touchdown on this possession. Mustangs shifting into a very aggressive front, and they come on the blitz, and the ball is incomplete.
It looks like, Joe, that's the way to stop that pop pass or that quick pass to that tight end, and that is put all the pressure you can on that quarterback. And again, he had to throw it right in the dirt because he's backpedaling when he has to throw.
The intended receiver is Richard Brewer, a senior, 6'1", 180 pounds, and he was open, but as you mentioned, John, the ball was underthrown.
Boy, that's right. And I think you give all the credit to both the blitzing linebackers and that down 5 of the Mustangs.
Again, the Mustangs shifting into a 6 or 7 man front. Harden back to throw, looking for help, squeezes out of there somehow, still on his feet, and he'll be brought down by Eaton on the 30.
Boy, Harden did an excellent job of ducking underneath about 3 or 4 Mustangs because everybody was coming again. We do have a penalty on the play. We'll see what that is.
It may be against Benton Harbor. Bruce Eaton clapping his hands down there, and they're going to talk to Doug Roberts.
Yeah, you may see a hold, or oh, we got an illegal procedure. Somebody either jumped off sides, probably, Joe.
So when Corey Whitehead comes back to the line of scrimmage, he'll be looking at second down again and 15. As the illegal procedure penalty will back Benton Harbor up 5 yards. And the ball now inside the 20, close to the 15-yard line. Still have a second down coming up. Whitehead will drop back to throw, looking for some help in the flat. He's got Chris Carr. He's got a good block there across the 25 and driven out of bounds near the 30 by Chris Norman and also Pewitt.
It looks like a first down. It's just a sort of a one-man screen. When I say one man, there's one man to catch the ball and one man to block. And, of course, he got it out there, and he got a great block to get him that yardage. It looks like he may be up there close.
And good execution by Whitehead as he went with a deep drop and actually had his back to Carr when he dropped back and then looked to throw to him.
Excellent deception. I think they're going to bring over yes, they are going to bring over the chains, Joe, and measure for that first down.
And we'll see as they come all the way across the field. Hopefully our cameras can get us a good look at this football and where they mark it. I think they're at the wrong end right now. Go forward, guys. There we are. Can't really see.
They moved the down box, Joe, so I'm sure they call the first down on that play.
Big play, 1st and 10, ball now on the 30. Just over 9 minutes to play in the ball game. And Portage Central clinging to a 5-point lead, 13-8. Harden hands off inside, and a little bit of running room there for Bates.
The official timeout looks like for equipment on Corey Whitehead, but right now Benton Harbor's moving the ball a little bit. Of course, it's only been 1 first down and now a 5-yard, almost a 6-yard gain on the 1st and 10 from there. But they are firing up off the ball. The team's a little excited. They think that they're right back in that ball game, which of course they are, Joe. And they want to move the ball, and they are moving the ball right now.
You know, it's crunch time for the Mustangs as their defense, which is pretty much a senior-oriented club, has to stiffen up and stop the Tigers and their young quarterback, Corey Whitehead. 2nd and 5, they gave Bates 5, and again the call goes inside and nothing doing.
Much better penetration by the Mustangs there. They were all right in there. They did have Roberts, the first man in the down area. And also Chris Norman is right in there, right. But I think part of that play is, too, the linebacker on that side was coming. In other words, he was blitzing, and he takes up an extra blocker. If nobody blocks him, then he's open, and if somebody blocks him, then one of the other boys are open. And in that case, you just have too many people to block, and they couldn't.
And, of course, Roberts creates all kinds of problems for people. It's 3rd and 5 now, as they'll send Williams in motion to the top of the field and try that quick pass to the tight end, and it was open but just overthrown.
Boy, you think the quarterback is just thinking now that I'm going to get a lot of pressure. I'm going to get it off a little bit quicker than maybe I need to be, because again, you mentioned the tight end was open and the ball was just thrown a little bit high.
Leo Duckett was the intended receiver at 6'1", 220 pounds, and had he caught that football, he had a lot of running room.
Well, he sure did, Joe, and now we end up in a 4th down situation where the Tigers have to punt again.
So the defense does its job and turns the ball back to the offense as the punt is away. A high kick, fair catch called for and made successfully by Pewitt.
Nice call by Pewitt, and a lot of confidence, of course, in his hands, which he should have. He's got excellent hands. He makes the catch right in front of one of the Tiger defenders and saves that ball from rolling down there 10, 15 yards, and they get excellent